And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. Welcome to Bellew Worldwide Television. We've got a post-fight video here, post-fight analysis. The day after, the night before, Tony Bellew versus David Haye. Don't forget, as always, to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. Let's get into it. First of all, before we break this fight down, congratulations to Tony Bellew. A tremendous performance from Tony Bellew, showing the heart and the guts to step in the ring with a physically bigger, stronger, more powerful man, a better athlete, or so it would seem on the outset of this fight. And credit to Dave Caldwell, came under a lot of stick. And I know a lot of people will not remember me saying this, but if you remember what I said to you about Dave Caldwell, I said it's okay giving stick to Caldwell, but if he'd won the fight against Price, if he'd won the fight against McDonald, and I'd won the fight against Bellew, you'd be calling Dave Caldwell now one of the leading trainers in the world. So I did say those people are giving flack to Caldwell. I did mention that when I gave my analysis of Caldwell, there were some things I didn't agree with what he did. But I also said that had he won those fights, Caldwell would have been considered today an all-time great. Because we know how people overrate things. Joe Gallagher operating a much lower level at the time. Had Joe Gallagher won those key fights, he'd have been considered all-time great. He, in the way that the UK like to overhype people, Joe Gallagher won Trainer of the Year, yet Peter Fury, who won with Tyson Fury the heavyweight championship of the world, didn't get any credit. So this is my point on that. So credit to Dave Caldwell. He didn't allow a few weeks of poor results affect Tony Bellew, because they held together in camp, which was great. So let's break this fight down. If we take you back to the fight, the week leading up to the fight, there was talk about David Haye pulling out the fight, that he was injured, that there was something wrong with his Achilles. So it was leaked that there was something wrong with the Achilles. That the fight went ahead. David dismissed those claims about the Achilles. And I'm not using the Achilles to make any excuses here. This is what it is. And like most people, most logical people looking at this fight, they saw Bellew get sparked at light heavyweight. They saw him got dropped by Macabre at cruiserweight. And they thought, well, if those guys have sparked him, God only knows what he's going to do at heavyweight when he gets hit by one of the biggest punches in heavyweight history. Okay. And David Haye was proving as a puncher at heavyweight. So here we go. These statistics are not looking good. You saw Amir Khan at a low weight division get sparked. You saw him move up and get sparked. So then when he fought Canelo, it was only a matter of time before Canelo landed. And then bingo. Difference is Canelo being younger and fresher. David Haye a lot older at 36. So the question was, how much did David Haye have left? But the thinking was, look, even David Haye is worst. Once he hits Bellew on the chin, the fight is over. And there were a lot of people who believed that. A lot of people. Even the people that backed Bellew, they backed him out of loyalty. They backed Bellew out of, they didn't like David Haye. They backed Bellew out of, compassion. They backed Bellew out of, but nobody could tell you, right, well, yeah, in the second half of the fight, if David tires, Bellew will win the fight. That was the consensus. But how is he going to do it? Nobody broke it down. And I said the only way Bellew could win this fight, or the only way Bellew could tire David out, was to put pressure on David Haye, which he did in the fight, as we saw. First round, David comes out. He gets caught with a sharp left hook. But early on, from round one, and if you listen to my commentary, David Haye was leaping in with shots, missing wild with shots, off balance. And, later on during the fight, he unravels. He's got something wrong with his leg. There's something in the commentary. I was commentating the Achilles. So, but regardless of that, even if David didn't have full gripping. I mean, I saw him at one, I don't know if it was round 6 or round 7, when the two guys were just trading back and forth with one another. And the bombs were flying right and center. And for Tony Bellew to engage with David in that way, again, took a lot of credit to do that. He must have sensed David was tiring, or, you know, but to be fair, for somebody who's going to gas 11 rounds, he did well. So David Haye trained very hard for this fight because he was going to gas. Well, they said David gassed, but I think it was more the case for me that he was injured. And yeah, that wasn't that when you're injured in the fight, mentally you have to deal with the injury, then worry about the punches coming at you. You know, so Tony Bellew did what he had to do, and full credit to Tony Bellew. As for David Haye, 36 years old now, we saw what David had to offer tonight. We saw that he was missing a lot of shots. Is that down to crediting Tony Bellew, or are we looking at really a shot fighter? Nobody quite knows. Was he ring rusty, David Haye? Should he have taken a few more fights beforehand? This was, you know, cruiserweight coming up to heavyweight. Maybe Bellew was able to see the punches better. Obviously, he would have done, because I did say in the commentary that Bellew would see Haye's punches more or quicker because he'd fight a lower weight division. But that's beside the point. At the end of the day, Bellew scored a win, an upset win. This is an upset win. This is no, oh, you got it wrong, mate. Yeah, I got it wrong. But thousands of others, world-class trainers, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad predicted for David Haye. Jeff Mayweather predicted for Haye. I mean, well-known boxing people predicted for Haye. Even James Elliott Bashir predicted for Haye. So it was the logical analysis there. Not only on top of that, do you know what this fight kind of reminds me of in a sort of way? Is when Danny Williams went to fight Mike Tyson. And it was like, oh, Mike Tyson's going to smash up Danny Williams. And Mike came out throwing his best shots and hurting Danny Williams. And Danny Williams came back into the fight and actually going on and stopping Mike Tyson. That was a real turn up for the books. So there's the reason of upset. There's a reason why upset is in the books. And this is what you consider an upset. There's no shame in getting it wrong. But to get it wrong, it was sensational. I mean, I would have done a post-fight, but I got a complete migraine. I didn't even stay up to watch Thurman Garcia. As soon as it was over, I went straight to bed. So this is why I'm doing the post-fight now. So let's see what people are saying. If anybody's saying anything in the room, I'm sure the people will be lovely in the room. Have a lot to say for themselves. So that's what people got to say for themselves. Anonymous says, what did I say? Humble pie. I don't know about humble pie. Great commentary last night. Your 6th round commentary was epic. Thank you very much. Bellew #2 on Bucktrack at heavyweight. Oh dear. Well done, Anonymous. I saw you on Friday show back in the upset. Thanks. Yeah, shout out. Got it right. You got it there, my friend. So no disrespect in that. But just logically, it didn't make any sense, Bellew. It's still in my mind doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. How Bellew was able to walk through those shots, but Makabu was able to drop him. I can't work it out in my head. It just doesn't make sense. But hey, you know, Henry Cooper dropped Muhammad Ali, but then afterwards, Muhammad Ali took the biggest punches from George Foreman. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Haye will fight again, says Spoon Dangler. Anonymous says Haye's finished. Peggy Mixers was a crazy night of boxing. Haye looked awful. Time to despair, like Houdini. You know, Haye did look awful. From round 1, he looked awful. He looked terrible in round 1. He just did look terrible. And I don't know, again, if that was the injury he brought into the fight. That, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know what to say. Haye was worse than Wilder for loading up. He was. Some say Haye looked too big in a bad way. Bellew at heavyweight has less glass than a lot of top guys. Yeah, Bellew's chin looks solid at heavyweight. I mean, it looks solid. Haye was at his best when he was elusive. 2016, 2017, Haye's too bulky. Yeah, we did talk about fights. I think I talked about James Ellie about this. When guys lose their speed and elusiveness, i.e. Roy Jones Jr., we spoke about this, they become fighters that are become pretty ordinary. Has Haye lost that speed and movement now, which made him so great? Well, great for him in those days when he was beating Audley Harrison and he was beating all those guys. Off topic. Tank Davies coming to UK to fight Walsh. That's going to be a great fight. I'm a massive Leon Walsh fan, absolutely massive Leon Walsh fan. But you know, Tank Davies, good fight. Bellew versus Wilder. LOL. No, I'm not saying anything anymore. Before his injury, Haye wasn't impressive. He wasn't. Bellew was smart. Haye 3-2 up. Ingram. Haye said before, I can beat Bellew going all night benders with one on one leg. Don't give him excuses. He did say that, David. He did say that. Remember, we said Haye was windmilling versus Jar Jar. Anonymous says Haye's done. End of. Not an upset for me. I Ballistic Cat says biggest upset ever. See, well, let's see. Anonymous says Dick riding Haye. Haye, fair play to fight on. Maybe his doctor was right. He should never fight again after his 2014 surgery. Very interesting. You get it wrong quite a lot, including all your hating on Joshua, who proves you wrong every fight. Right, mate. I'll say choose this. I have an opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch the channel. At the end of the day, somebody asks my opinion. These are my thoughts. When I get it right, I don't see you popping up. So when I get it wrong, I don't want to hear from you. When I get my predictions right, you don't turn up. So when I get my predictions wrong, I don't want to see your face. I don't want to hear from you. I don't even want to acknowledge you. People like you only jump around when people are failing and falling. And as far as I'm concerned, people like you can go stick it. Because to be quite honest with you, when I get it right, you're not around. You're never around. But when I get it wrong, you turn up. So you like losers. So you like when people lose and people fail. So for me, get the hell off my channel, unsubscribe and get lost. So that's why I'm giving it back at you twofold. Because I'm fed up with people that come on my channel. When I get it wrong, they say nothing. When I get it right, oh, you know what? Nothing. Silence. So I don't want to hear what you got to say. Get lost. And I still stick with my decision that Klitschko beats Joshua. I'll still stick by it. So there you go. Moving on. Bizarre. Ingram, there's no way Bellew can win. Yeah, I did say that. I didn't think there was no way to win. I didn't think he was any way to win. And I'll stay by that. And you know what? It's only because you guys can get on here and say you got to say, I said I still stick by it. There was no way I thought Bellew could win. That is what you call an upset. And upset is the word upset is in a dictionary for a reason. If the word upset didn't exist, it wouldn't happen. Upset. Buster Douglas beats Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield beats Mike Tyson. Look at Evander Holyfield, the fight he had before he fought Mike Tyson against Bobby Ches. He looked dreadful. This is Holyfield that got knocked down and knocked out by Riddick Bowe. Comes back and beats Mike Tyson. Hey. It's not the first upset ever. It happens. This is boxing. This is why we love boxing. Anything is possible. But logically thinking, Bellew got dropped by Makabu. Bellew got knocked up by Stevenson. How the hell did Bellew take the shots? I still got no idea. So there you go. I've got no. How you work this one out? Khan gets knocked up by. He gets knocked up by British Prescott. Gets chinned by Garcia. Right. And then people think he's going to go up and fit Canelo. When he got sparked by Canelo, I told you he was going to get sparked by Canelo. I heard people running up to me and saying to me, oh, you got that right. So get the hell out of here when you're in comments, man. I understand what you're saying about, you know, I got it wrong. But how many other people got it wrong? It was an upset. That's it. Life doesn't make sense. Deal with it. Yeah, I'm dealing with it. That's why I'm here. I'm dealing with it. Heavyweight landscape open up for Joshua. Fury's self-destructed. Haye. Obstacle now gone. Let's talk about the Copendo Nices. Let's talk about the future boxing, not the past. I agree. All credit to Tony Bellew. Like I said before, I was the first who got on there and myself and tweeted congratulations to Tony Bellew. At the end of the commentary, I gave Tony Bellew credit and no excuses for David Haye. Simple as that. So I'm only looking at potentially what could have gone wrong with David Haye. You're picking things apart and you're asking yourself questions. So there you go. And people think they can just come on here and say what they got to say and then disappear. Kiss my ass. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe. All credit to Tony Bellew, of course. I like O'Hara. He talks and backs it up. And Taylor looked like potential world champ at 140. Feel for Haye with the injury. It reminds me of when Tyson got beat by Holyfield. There you go. Haye has too much muscle around his shoulders. He can no longer throw straight punches. Ingram chill, says Anonymous. No, I'm not chilling. People come and talk garbage on my channel, and I just put them straight up. Don't think you can come on my channel talking garbage and just typing and think you're not going to get abused. You will get abused back, especially when you're not. If you're not going to come and credit me when I get something right, don't come and chastise me when I get it wrong. Kiss my ass. Go spin on one. Remember, it was Vitali who hurt his shoulder when leading the fight and had to throw in the towel. He did against Chris Bird, indeed. Haye looked like an old man in there, and thank God it wasn't Joshua in there, and he have got some serious damage. Yeah, okay. Haye proves you can fight and has guts, but his day is over. Yep, that. Rico Khan says, I'm still shell-shocked, trying to gather myself. Indeed. Now Tony will get another world-class contract. Haye showed balls, fair play, 95% would have thrown the towel in round 6. I agree. AJ beats the old man for now. I think if there were to be a rematch, Bellew wins easier, to be fair. Anyone else think Katie Taylor's a man? Haye was never hurt by any head punches last night. Agreed. But opponent was so-so. I put money in Bellew. I won £26. LOL. Nice. Haye's all mouth. Briggs would have flattened him. No wonder he ducked him. O'Hara has broken 2 chins in 3 months. 2 chins, 2 tanks. Yeah, good fight for O'Hara Davis. Wasn't too... O'Hara Davis, I did commentary for it, actually, but I didn't upload it. Like I said, O'Hara Davis, he does hit very hard. His defense is suspect, and his attack is suspect. When he attacks, he leaves himself open. And when he defends, he's very vulnerable to the right hand over the top. Dave Matthews caught him a few times. Would like to see how O'Hara Davis does against a puncher. But from what I saw there, he's not ready for world class at all. Let's see who he does against Robbie Davis. There's Robbie Davis Jr. and Josh Taylor. Let's see him fight against those guys first. Guys in his own domestically, let's see how he does against them. And then if he beats those guys, let's see how he does at European level. Thurman versus split decision. I knew it would be a split decision. Good fight, Thurman Garcia. Garcia didn't throw as many punches. I know I did say that as soon as Thurman didn't think he could knock Garcia out, he'd skirt around the outside, which he did. Slightly disappointing, Danny Garcia didn't throw enough punches. But again, when you get hit hard, it makes you back up and rethink your game plan. I told everybody there was no way that Thurman was knocking Garcia out. For Thurman, I don't think is the punch that everyone gives him. I mean, he's a stinging puncher, but he's not the one-punch knockout artist that everyone was talking about. And I said he wasn't knocking Danny Garcia out. Of course, nobody's going to tell me that. But yeah, good fight for Thurman. Very good fight for Thurman. O'Hara looked really good. He looked okay. I think he looked great. He looked okay against Derry Matthews. I just don't like his defense. And I don't like the way he puts his punches together, where he leaves himself open to counters. But the combination he threw to start the knockdown against Derry Matthews was very good. The was it I think a left hook, right uppercut, or right uppercut, left hook, something like that. Good combination. He even came out to the Undertaker. Pissed myself laughing. Yeah. Lubin looked nice. Still a prospect in my opinion. Not ready for Fish at 154. He beats Taylor. O'Hara versus Taylor. Good shout. Who has the bigger piece? Angie Garcia had a post-fight meltdown. I haven't seen it yet. I have to look into it. Thurman, not a big puncher, above tomato can level. I've said that. So I guess, but is he going to credit me for that? I don't know. But Thurman's not the big punch. He's a heavy-handed type of guy. Whether he's a big puncher, none of that altogether. Thurman is good, but Garcia didn't let his hands go. Rematch needed. I agree there as well on that. Dave Allen's win against David Howe. I did say in the fight against Dave Howe. Dave Howe, a good chap, but what he needs to do is step inside. First round, David Allen was throwing from too far out, taking too many jabs to the face and right hands and uppercuts. Second round, similar thing was happening, but Dave stepped to him, got inside, threw the overhand right, as I said it would happen, and finished the fight off. So, yeah, good win for Dave Allen. Needs to learn how to move his head more, needs to learn how to slip punches and get inside. And I like to see Dave Allen throw more body shots. He's got a cult following there, Dave Allen. I think logistically, or the next fight with Dave Allen would be, I think, Ian Lewison. I think it's a interesting fight against Ian Lewison. Even, the winner of Sam Sexton versus Gary Cornish would be a fight for Dave Allen next. Ahara needs to increase his volume. He's too low volume at this stage. Yep, that's a good point, Copen and I. Neo Funk says, how do you see Dave Allen doing versus Nick Webb, Nathan Gorman, and Josh Sandlin? I tell you, a good fight. The guy that beat Dominic Akinlade, that guy that Allen should fight next as well. That's another possibility. Dave Allen's got to move his head. He's got having a great chin, but he's got to move his head. He's got to throw more punches. He's got to step inside. He's got to throw more body shots. Can't come in straight lines. He's got a lot of work to do, Dave Allen. But did the business against David Howell, and that's all you can do. Garcia was a bit defensive against Thurman. Should have UD'd. To be honest, busier, landed cleaner. I think Thurman missed with a lot of shots. And then there were rounds where Thurman didn't do very much, and Garcia threw some shots. But I think Garcia was on the defensive because he got rocked by Thurman. He realized, oh shit, this guy's got capable of hurting me. So let me just watch myself here. Never seen Gorman fight. AJ versus Parker. Parker wants Bellew. LOL. Parker hasn't got an opponent unless he's got Fury, but we don't know what's going on with Fury in the whole drug situation there. We don't know what's going on there. You can see why Haye ducked the shot at Parker. Parker way too fast for Haye. I don't know, did he really have that Achilles injury? I want to know straight up how injured David Haye is. I mean, like, was he? I'd love to know the conversation between him and his doctor. I'd love to interview his doctor to find out what the truth was with David Haye. I think even if you take away the injury, you'd have to concede that David could not live with Anthony Joshua. Okay. I'd like to know if, remember Joshua's slower than Bellew, and Joshua again, I'd like to know if Haye connected to Joshua's chin, would Joshua take those shots? So you talk about a desperate fight here. So, I still would like to see how Joshua would react to David Haye punch. Still, but I understand what people are saying about AJ flattening Haye. AJ would flatten Haye, definitely inside 5. Haye had a lot of pressure on him as well as the injury. Briggs would beat Haye. I'd be backing Bellew to beat Wilder. LOL. I ain't writing him off this time. Haye post-surgery at 37, the shadow of his former self. I agree. AJ is deceptively quick for a big man. We'll see what AJ does against Klitschko, and then we can talk again. Haye could have put money on Bellew win. All they care about is the money. I won't put past David. He had a sore toe again. AJ has been knocked down multiple times in sparring. He has glass. He's hiding glass. I've said it to you 1,000 times. He's hiding glass. With Klitschko hits him, we'll see. Better defense than Bellew. In all fairness, Haye's windmills may land on AJ as AJ has 0 head movement. Thank you very much. Haye's time was off. I think he may be finished. I know a lot of people saying Haye may be finished. I don't know. Ring rust, not fighting competitively for such a long time. I'd like to see David back in the ring as soon as possible. I'd like to see him in the ring in the next 4 months, 3-4 months. I'd like to see Dave back in the ring again. I really would. But I want to know that he's injury free. Shane McGuigan suffering from Trainer of the Year curse. Was he Trainer of the Year, Shane McGuigan? Haye's finished, says Stefan Kiesel. Haye versus Mark Demori 2 on Dave. Injuries one after the other. Enjoy the sun. Time to run. Peace out. Good to see you, Peggy Mitchell. I don't know. I'd like to see David back in the ring. How bad is the injury? I'd like to know how bad the injury was coming into the fight. I mean, if he basically was a one-legged fighter coming into the fight and took the fight on Tony Bellew, that's supreme confidence of David Haye. All right, and it's not it's not crazy to think that David would do something like that. But you know, he injured his toe, he injured his leg. Has he got an injury there that we don't know about, David Haye? I don't know. I mean, is his body really broken down? You know, how does he get himself body bulked up? I mean, lots of questions need to be answered. Hey, too much ego. He'll be back in 6 to 8 weeks after surgery. He'll be 39, too old. 39? Dave's 37. How the hell did he get to 39? Haye needs 2 to 3 more Demore level fights. He clearly needed more training camps. I agree. Bellew would get destroyed by a big heavyweight. Achilles ripped, needs surgery. Even during the first 2 rounds, David's timing looked off. This is my point. So we've got to ask yourself the question. David's timing. David looked so poor, but then David looked so poor. But was he poor because Caldwell set a strategy in place to land the left hook every time David jumped in? Or was he poor because he was injured? Or was he poor because of ring rust? Or was he poor because he just is father time's caught up to David Haye? There's just so many questions. You can't say, well, it's father time when it could be an injury. I mean, we just don't know because the injury is there. Was he injured before the fight? When he said about the Achilles injury and he put it out there, was that real? Was he trying to tell us something? Was that the truth? Was it a lie? Was it a conspiracy? Was it a cover-up? Because you just don't know of David Haye because he has done shit in the past. So people's pretty weary of David Haye. The whole Toegate didn't do us any favor. Was it bogus? I just don't know. I really don't know. Bellew looked faster. Bellew was always at the end of Dave's punches and couldn't quite seem to find his range. Haye's too big. His forte is his speedy loses. This Haye is so predictable and makes Wilder look like Ali. Haye's 37 in October, not 39. Thank you. Haye needed to work on his footwork and hand speed, or get fighting flat-footed. Haye's legs too big. He was poor because someone threw back at him, not a YouTube champion. Yeah, that's something there. What's the odds of Klitsch ruling Supreme again 2017? Like in 2007 all over again. Haha. Who knows? One right have and Klitschko and all the people that are jumping on the Joshua bandwagon are going to forget about what I was saying. And will be, oh no, Joshua was shit. He was this, he was that. So I'm still standing by the Klitschko thing. Haye looked slow and sluggish. Even his upper body and head movement was slower than David Hole. He was just not fluid as he looked. I agree. The time he recovers and has a couple of tune-up fights, he will be this age. Yeah, possibly. Haye said he'd blast Bellew out quick, but he didn't get near him, and that's before the injury even. Maybe Haye narrowly ahead on points. Haye, Wilder versus Joshua is the big one. Well, let's see how he does against Klitschko first. Let's not, before we can run, let's see. This is a guy that's fought, a guy who hasn't gone 12 rounds, a guy who hasn't gone 9 rounds, a guy who hasn't fought, a guy who's a legitimate big puncher, Olympic gold medalist, an experienced pro. It's a guy who, Joshua is still pretty raw in world boxing terms. Yeah, let's just see how he does against Klitschko. Listen, if he destroys Klitschko, my hands are up and say, you know what? Well done. Well done. But I just think Klitschko's still got a little left in him. AJ beats Klitschko. Timing is perfect. Hearn knows all about timing, just like this fight. Yeah, he knew about timing when with Carson Jones and Ben Hall, didn't he? Yep, he knew about timing when Audley Harrison fought David Haye, didn't he? It's people see what they want to see. Is Bellew heavyweight CV better than Vladimir's at the moment? Only better by Vladimir at the moment. I think AJ versus Klitschko on points just. Inactivity takes a lot of things, no matter how good you are. Yes, activity is all about being active and fighting. Same thing with Bermain Stavern. I'll say that to him as well. Got to be active. Got to be active. Got to be active. His only KO defeat at heavyweight was to a light heavy. LOL. But let me bring something to you here, and let me bring something to you that may, for those of you who are big boxing fans, remember when Evander Holyfield fought James Toney, and James Toney hurt and stopped Evander Holyfield. James Toney stopped Evander Holyfield. Something Mike Tyson couldn't do. Something Lennox Lewis couldn't do. All right. So guys moving up in weight sometimes have that advantage. Sometimes. So that's something. Boxing is a momentum sport. I agree. What if Usyk fancies moving up to heavyweight? Heavyweight very open and it's there for the taking. It is. We have to wait and see, people. We have to wait and see. I think the fight between Klitschko and Joshua is going to tell us a lot more about where the landscape of the heavyweight division is. If Joshua beats Klitschko, then we can say, right, now we can get stuck in. Now we can say, you know, Joshua beat Klitschko. We can kind of say, Tyson, get back in line, son. Get back in line. Now we have a guy that's beaten who I recognize as the best heavyweight in the world, Klitschko. So, just the other day, Klitschko was a world beater who would have beaten Tyson in his prime, who would have done this. Just remember what people were saying. These are the same people that said David Price was a world beater. Tony Bellew himself said that David Price would beat the Klitschko's tomorrow. People say what they say and often forget about things. Myself, I remember exactly what I say and when I say it. So I don't need him reminding me. So I will say this much, that we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But, one thing for sure, injury or not, Haye definitely took Bellew too lightly. Maybe. I mean, for him to get Bright Jennings in for sparring, I don't think that's taking it lightly, because Jennings ain't going to come and spar for him for free. So there are no big names at cruiserweight for Bellew. He either vacates or fights another heavyweight or retires. Mind games, effed up David's head up. He was beat before the bell. Interesting. Yeah, David just wanted to knock him out from first round, really. So I think Colwell, I don't hear a lot of people giving Colwell credit here. I don't. And you got to give Dave Colwell some credit here. Some amount of credit you got to give Dave Colwell. And I'm giving him props. A lot of people will not give him props. I'm giving him props. Dave Colwell, congratulations. Do you know what I mean? Props. And I tell you something, Eddie Hearn, you know what? If this has gone wrong, you'd have got a lot of egg in your face, and a lot of people would be knocking at your door asking some serious questions about why you had a cruiserweight fight and a heavyweight. Eddie Hearn played the masterstroke tonight or last night, and you got to give Eddie Hearn credit for that. But you're on a fine line there, because if you got it wrong and Bellew had left injured, a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions at Eddie Hearn. So you got to give Eddie Hearn credit. You got to give Dave Colwell credit for sticking to the game plan. You know. Haye lost his cool pre-fight and talked too much trash. Tyson Fury must secretly be smiling. Yeah, possibly. Mike, take out Fury. Klitschko is still number one, to be honest. Who would you rate above him? Yeah, I still rate Klitschko as number one. Klitschko is still the number one heavyweight in the world, based on resume and what they've done. Okay. I think Wilder and Ortiz would beat Klitschko. Okay. Ortiz was not fought a heavyweight puncher yet. All right. Do you know what? I would watch Haye Ortiz. I will watch Haye Ortiz, because Ortiz will stand right in front of Haye. I would pay to watch Haye Ortiz. In fact, I would advise David Haye take on Luis Ortiz. I really would take Luis Ortiz on. Well, Luis Ortiz is 44, 45. Take on Luis Ortiz. The build-up was immense pressure. Bellew had nothing to lose. Hats off to Team Bellew in Haye's backyard. I agree. Ortiz would smash Haye. It's no big, no risk game for Tony. Just like Brooke GGG. Me personally, I think it's easier to fight a man you're expected to lose to. Eddie Hearn, Mart's MBE. Eddie Hearn fluked it last night. What was he saying to the ref about the taping of Haye's ankles? No idea. What did you see something? Wilder is ready to be dethroned. I agree that's Ortiz is a scary motherfucker. I think Ortiz, what, 44 or 45, something like that. Haye would have won the fight minus the injury he got. Interesting thought. I like Ortiz, and his win over Jen is key. But Ortiz got to prove it. Ortiz top 3 for me. Yeah, but I'd like to see Ortiz fight a puncher, and he's right in front of David Haye. I like that fight. I like that fight. That's David. If David gets beat by Ortiz, that's all guns blazing. But Ortiz is a stationary target, really. He's not going to move around too much, and David's going to go bombing. He's going to look for Ortiz, and Ortiz is there to be hit. Dave Colwell was very animated in the corner there, getting his points across perfectly. Yeah, he was spot on. David got hit and wobbled, and with the weight he's carried, too much pressure on the ankle. He was too sluggish and slow from the beginning. He looked awful. I think it would have been the same. Vinny Love 4. Yeah. So, I don't think there's much more we can say. I mean, personally, what I would love to do, I want to talk to David Haye. I want to talk to Tony Bellew. If you give me one interview now I could do, if I had the access to it, is to interview David Haye's doctor, and to interview him from the first the Tyson Fury fight, from that fight there. No, I'd interview him from the when David pulled out with a back injury to when he was going to fight Vitali. From that point there, I would like to interview David Haye's doctor, because I swear I'd love to know what his doctor's got to say. I think that would be a compelling interview, and I think it would be one of the greatest interviews on Bayloric TV if we could get that interview with his doctor. Come on. In this fight, it turns out David had the puncher's chance. By round 2, it looked like the writing was on the wall. Just couldn't count him out. I know. But even Chisora got sent to Haye's dressing room. Haye and Bellew had it all planned. His German doctor is former Bayern Munich doctor. Okay. Haye versus Price should be fun. The question is, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to eat my food while I'm talking to you. My wife made me a lovely pasta. Very nice. Unprofessional, but there you go. Point here. How many people honestly could tell me and say to me straight, look me dead in the eye and say, Bellew's going to take the power of David Haye? I personally could not understand how Bellew took Haye's power flush. I couldn't get it. I couldn't work it out. The only thing I'm thinking is that Haye couldn't get as much power in the shot. Now, there is another theory. There's another theory. Here comes the theory. Wait for it. Was there drugs tested in this fight? And if there was drug tested in this fight, that's amazing pasta. Ballistic Cat says Achilles will never get better at his age, and it will always be a niggle. For me, Haye's retired. Okay. After last night's antics, now I understand why people don't like Eddie Hearn. What were the antics? Please let me know about the antics. Do you think there was an injury to David Ingram? I think there was. I really do. I'm not making excuses. Haye's doctor told me that he has tiny bollocks. Bellew looked unstoppable. It don't add up. It doesn't add up at all. How can a guy that got dropped by Makabu's 13 stone something be able to take? Maybe Tony Bellew is a genuine heavyweight. Guy don't flipping know. To be fair, Hearn was genuinely happy. You could have seen he was upset when Bellew said, "Get off me." Boxer as King Kong as 37. He's not 37. He's not 37, Mike. He's not 37. He's not 37. Haha. Hearn got mugged up by Bellew. Haha. 36, I think. No, he's not. He's not 36 or 37. I think he's 40. He's in his 40s. Lose Ortiz. Briggs is 45. Yeah. Briggs is 45. No, Ortiz is older than 36. It's a well-kept secret. He's about 40 or 45, something like that. But go do research in it. And I always say this much. I will say this much about it. You could ask yourself the question, why is Ortiz only in a fight-to-fight basis? A contract with Eddie Hearn, and why did Ortiz leave Golden Boy? So Luke Campbell is 30. I like Luke Campbell. I like how Luke Campbell's career is going. The way Luke Campbell's going, he is building his career the way he looks like he's going to build his career to be a world champion. I can see it. He might not do it, but he's having the tough fights, which you like to see. He's having a tough fight, which I like to see. Liam Walsh. I love Liam Walsh, but he's got a tough fight against Gervonta Davis. But that's a fight I want to be all up in because I love Liam Walsh. Right. Is there anything else anyone's got to say before I disappear? By the way, did anyone manage to listen to the commentary I did yesterday? It was DJ Slicks, my man, suggested the idea. I did the commentary for the first time. What did you think of the commentary? You mean Luke Campbell is 30 in dog years? Jennings will flat and white. I look forward to seeing that fight. I hope it happens. Davis is traveling to UK for Walsh fight. Yep. Ingram, what do you make of Dave Allen? Ortiz is 37. Let me ask a question. You got his birth certificate? Listen, those deep inside, Ortiz is not 37. Ortiz is not 37. Check his age when he fought in the amateurs. He's not 37. He's not 37. What do I make of Dave Allen? Dave Allen versus Tony Bellew. I can see that fight happening. I can honestly see that fight happening. Dave Allen versus Tony Bellew. I can see that fight happening. That Eddie Hearn's in his brain going, Dave Allen, Tony Bellew. I can see that fight. Dave Allen, yep. Bellew is pound for pound. Heyman sending Spence and Davis over for losses. Haha. My guy is 12. Serious fighter, though, Luke Campbell. Imagine Mayweather sitting in copper box next to Francis Warren and all the Norwich Liam Walsh army. Even Lennox Lewis says Ortiz is 37. Ortiz is 46. That's more like it. That's a bit more like it. But they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. But go, if you really want to talk about age, go check Ortiz's age. Ortiz is like 44, 45. Okay? So, you think Elo is lying about his age? Yes! Yes, he's not. I was like, no, man, he's not. All right, well, those in Cuban boxing know how old Luis Ortiz is, right? Egerton's 23. Bloody hell. Egerton looks like he's flipping 33. It don't look, but I said tonight, yeah, I'll say, Bellew took Haye's power. On what I saw of Malignaggi hurting Egerton in that 6th round, I mean, you got to wonder what the hell he's going to do when he fights a real puncher. But you think yourself, well, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think. I'd like to see Egerton Carson Jones personally. Ingram got to be 25 after that pasta. Man, this pasta tastes good, man. This pasta tastes good. It's all vegan and vegetarian or vegan stuff. It tastes magnificent. It's a brilliant pasta. Bellew beats anyone right now. Never underestimate him again. Top dog. Well, I'm not underestimating him. Your commentary was great, but how about next time showing the fight as well, mate? See, there's a problem with that because I don't quite know how that works. and I don't want no copyrights next to my name. And I know there's too many. For every 5 people that would want to watch the fight and will listen to the commentary and be cool with it, there's always one worm, one rat that will go ahead and go squealing back. There's a lot of feminine women in boxing. And what I mean by that is gossiping men. I've never known a community of men that love to go gossiping and backstabbing and whispering and go telling tales. And you know, because of that reason, I won't do that. I mean, even on the night, yeah, that the fight was on, I was commentating. Yeah, I was half thinking about not showing my face, and then you had people on the commentary making racist statements and comments to get a reaction out of me. But what I find is there's 2 things I find really odd about people on YouTube. First of all, if you don't like somebody and you don't like what they say and what they do, and you constantly on their thing putting thumbs down, why are you bothering turning? You're an idiot. If I don't like somebody, I just don't watch them. I don't watch their stuff. I don't tune into their shows. But there are people who are tuning and then thumbs down afterwards. That's idiotic. That don't make no sense. But I don't think there are not a lot of logical people that watch boxing. I tell you, because some of the things people say and do just don't make sense. Now, why would you come on something live, right, and then abuse the person doing the commentary, trying to do their job, trying to give a service, trying to, you know, give a different take on things, and you're abusing that person and you're getting racial with it? And get it. And then you come under dark, dodgy names. You don't come out with your real name, because you know, if I found out what your real name was, you know, you're making racial slurs, you lose your job. You know, so I never understood it. Really, really strange. So I did the commentary. I tried and did the commentary, and hey, it was good. I enjoyed it. I don't know how I'll do that. I don't know how I'll do it. I'll have to come back to you about that thing about the commentary. But just got in. Haye looked absolutely shot to bits from the first round. Now, things keep getting better for Joshua. Fury's 400 pounds and Haye's finish less and less competition. Footballers lie about their age all the time, but for an aging boxer to lie must take serious balls, especially at 46. LOL. Get some vegan dishes up on the channel. Oh man, that's the one there. That is the one. I think I may have to do that. That's my wife's cooked some dishes on her channel. So, and I think her channel's on here. So she's got some dishes up there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get some vegan dishes up. Definitely. That's the one. You're on point, bro. I'm gonna have to do that. I predicted a blowout, but in hindsight, people were saying that Haye was a shadow of himself. Were bang on. He was leaning in too much. Copyright fraud. Ballistic. There you go. See, and people will report me because there's a lot of jealous people out there. Believe it or not, and there are people who are jealous out there. You wouldn't think we're jealous, but they're jealous. Trust me. Do you think? Does anyone think Haye looked like bad steroid job gone wrong? His frame looked really odd. That's the thing. I mean, I hate to say it, but if it was, this was the other theory. If David Haye was on PEDs, and this was a drug test, a thing where Eddie Hearn got him proper drug tested, and he wasn't allowed to go the way he normally would go in fights, maybe he wasn't the big punch that everyone said he was. I don't know what the hell to think. Adonis Stevenson win over Bellew looks great now. It does, doesn't it? The only problem with doing videos during fights, you get casual thinking you are showing the fight and give you abuse. Yeah, but they're idiots because they're not reading. Leon, good to see you. They're idiots because not reading. It says audio commentary. Audio means listening. And what I did, I showed my face just because you could see the facial reactions of what was going on. Absolute idiots. So I said audio commentary, and this is nobody who's, I'm not disrespecting anybody who's been in and watched, right? But if I'm going to do, if I did video, I don't know if other people do it, but I certainly can't do that. I certainly can't get away doing that. No, I can't do that. Oh, look, I got one strike on my, going back a while back, I got one strike for showing Sky Sports gloves are off. And I got another strike another time for showing Pulev versus Klitschko. I got a strike for that. I said, I ain't doing that no more. And that's why I had to open up my other boxing channel and start putting boxing on there. But as soon as the strike came off, I went back to my old channel. So Not doing that no more. No, 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 no. Fury doing kebab crawl during the Fleetwood and Morecambe. Yeah, along Fleetwood and Morecambe. If you look back at Mark Demore and Cobra fight, Haye did look quite slow there, but because they were slow, low level, it made him look good. Yep. I've watched the fight back 4 times. How did the Achilles snap? Good idea. And Haye had an awkward style. I gotta say to myself, he probably came into that fight with injury. He was windmilling versus Jar Jar last year, Jim. What I did know was that Haye was only back for AJ payday. Well, he'll have to get himself back in line. Haye, when was Haye's last great performance? Value of about 9 years ago. Surely his team must have seen him in the gym. His timing must have been so off, to Jim Wilson. Sakuchi Uchina, do me a favor. Please let me know where you are in the world. We want to know. We want to know where this is being beamed, where people are watching this at the moment. So please let us know where you are, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in America, whether you're in Japan, whether you're in India, whether you're in Pakistan, whether you're in New Zealand. We want to know where you're from so we can give you a shout out. And when you tell us where you're from, we'll give you a round of applause. All those, and we'll give you a shout out as well. All those missed power shots. Maybe he injured himself. Good point. Not sure if the fight proves that Bellew is good or Haye had a terrible fight. What will happen to Bellew versus Breeders or Huck winner? God knows now. Haye was getting gas in the Chisora fight. I agree. The reason I said it because about the vegan dishes is because I'm an amateur boxer and would love some info. Okay, we'll do some videos then. Haye's done to Jim Wilson. The Haye that fought Klitschko, I thought would have starched Tony. I thought so too. Yes, Jim, he would KO him early. Also confirms my belief that Shane McGuigan is absolutely overrated TV trainer. Whoa. Now we know why Haye pulled out twice of the Fury fight. Mike Tyson ruptured his knee in the Danny Williams fight, just like Haye and Bellew. St Albans, Hertfordshire. Oh, St Albans. Oh, wow. Gonna give you a shout out, man. St Albans, gonna give you a shout out there. iBallistic. Let me give you a shout out, my brother there. Let's get that volume up as well. St Albans, wow. I love Hertfordshire. I love Welling Garden City up that way, and I love Weir. If there's an area I was going to live in, move to, if I was ever going to move back to the UK, is an area like where I'd live. Stevenage I'd live in. I've got family up in Luton Way. I love that neck of the woods. So shout out to you. Got to give a shout out for that. Essex. Oh well, all right. I've got to give you a shout out for Essex. Go on, shout out to Essex. And that is X Stacy X2112. Haye, even if he returns, will struggle to get people invested in him. Got knocked out by a cruiserweight. Casuals will even turn away. Bullet 285 says, not a clean victory, but a great one nonetheless. Do you think Haye would have knocked out Bellew like he did Ruiz if he had not had the injury? Ruiz late stoppage. He seemed like he was getting closer to David. David seemed like he was getting closer to Bellew, but Bellew was throwing shots back, and he was engaging. And no, I don't think so. To be honest, the fact that he shot to bits, Haye was winning rounds against Bellew shows Bellew's levels, though. How's the toe, PJP? Mike Adams. Okay, mate. Oh, about your superior knowledge. The King Kong is an older dude. He's definitely an older dude, man. He's definitely an older dude. I want to start tracking back. If people got to get footage of when Ortiz fought as a light heavyweight, we need to look at that. How old was he then when he was fighting? He never got picked for the Olympics, remember? So we got to track back. How old is Mike Perez? No, we got to find out Ortiz was older than Mike Perez. So we got to check this out. Bellew was prepared mentally. That Haye was arrogant. Haye last night reminded me of Roy Jones against Glenn Johnson. Not completely shot just yet, but the writing's on the wall. Haye could still KO Joshua early because of some glass. Luton in the house. Whoa! Shout out to Luton. Shout out to Luton. Luton. Had to give you a shout out there, Luton. My aunt lives in, I think, something green, maybe Parsley's Green. It's near I think it's the Hilton Hotel. Past the college, the big Hilton Hotel with a roundabout, and there's a graveyard nearby. My aunt lives around the area in Luton. We said that I love Luton. I love the White House in Luton. Back in the day, I used to go there on a Friday, Saturday night, travel up from London and go to Luton and go and boogie up down there on the White House. Very good nights. And the White House itself upstairs, I've got to say, they do a nice porridge as well in the mornings. So that'll tell you something about the times of having Luton. Good times. Betty had a broken hand. This AJ sparks Haye. AJ has glass and a stiff little head movement. Do you still believe Haye would beat AJ? I think I'd love to see how. If Haye can't hurt AJ, Haye's in a lot of trouble. Ortiz is what you'd call a program journeyman. He's good, but he's being set up to be KO'd by Joshua or Wilder. Interesting. Humble 2.8 kept his fans at least. Can come back from this, of course. Luke Hobbs. Nah, Haye too wild for Joshua now. Joshua doesn't throw many different shots, but his straight right would be enough. Ortiz beats AJ and Wilder on the same night. A lot of hype there. A lot of hype there. So there's only 2 people in the house. 3 people in the house. Essex, Luton, and what was the other place? Essex, Luton, and what was the other place? St Albans. Come on, man. Those are the only 3 people in the house. Where are you all from, man? I want to know if people are. I want to know. Are you in Europe? Are you in America? Where are you from? Klitschko beats AJ in April. That's what I'm saying. AJ doesn't KO people clean. Only gets ref stoppages. I agree there. Surely Haye was wild because Bellew was stood in front of him. Surely. Different plan for AJ. Maybe. Maybe so. 56 people watching the show today, which means there's more than 56 people watching, which is great. I really appreciate it. Yeah, back to the commentary thing. How many of you actually listen to the commentary during the fight? I'd like to know how the commentary is set up alongside the fight itself, because I know that maybe what I was watching may have been a couple of seconds behind the actual fight itself. So, in post presser, Bellew mentioned James Toney as an inspiration. LOL. Did anyone see the Frank Bruno post fight on IFL? Was funny. He had Haye to win. I think we all did. Bruno's a legend. Yeah, it was great. It's always great to see Frank Bruno. A really touching moment for myself. When I stopped boxing, one of the things I wanted to do was to give back to boxing. So we were part of the foundation of building the Frank Bruno Boxing Academy, which is today in Kent. It was myself. I can't remember his name again. Llewellyn. Llewellyn. Myself. Julius Francis. Llewellyn. What's the other guy's name? What's that guy? Ben Doughty, Julius Francis. We all worked together. A couple of other guys worked together to develop in the Frank Bruno Boxing Academy in Kent, and it's brought a lot of great amateur fighters out of there. I did some coaching myself in Bethnal Green, and against Kent worked with a lot of the public, a lot of guys, pupil referral units, keeping those guys in school. Those guys got booed out of school, excluded. We used to go and do work with those young people there. The young offenders units, go and do boxing, coaching with them as well. It was a great experience. So it worked between Kent and Bethnal Green. Great experience. Really loved going into schools doing the boxing coaching. And shout out to those people in the Frank Bruno Boxing Academy. Wayne Llewellyn, that's it. Wayne Llewellyn, the founder of Boxing for Schools. Shout out to Wayne Llewellyn. And of course, what's his name? The Shillingford, the tutor, boxing tutor. Shillingford as well, so shout out to them. So got a lot to shout out to for Frank Bruno there, and I did beat the big man Frank on a couple of occasions. Shout out to Frank Bruno. Let's see. How much will the heavyweight division suck if Vlad beats Joshua? Haye, Fury, and AJ would be horrible losses. LOL. Vlad rematch in Pulev again. Oh dear. I would like to see Bellew fight for the WBA heavyweight title now. Think he could win if he fights a lesser heavyweight like Briggs or Brown. Well, I'll tell you something. I know Briggs, but I don't know. If Bellew can get past the first 3 rounds against Shannon Briggs, he stands a great chance against Shannon Briggs. You've got to think if Shannon Briggs become heavyweight champion of the world, you got to give Bellew a shot against Shannon Briggs now. Oh, I'd give a great shot against Fraser Quenda if Fraser Quenda beats Briggs. So, How much? Let's see this. I like to see. Okay. If any reference doesn't intervene in AJ stoppages, AJ sends them to the morgue. At least clean cow. The commentary was biased by Sky as always. Okay, what was my commentary like? I know you talk about the Sky commentary. What was my commentary like? People said that the 6th round was epic. If Haye managed to go the distance, do you think he would have won on the cards? Even though no, he would have won on cards. No chance. This is what people are saying here. Heavyweight division is still abysmal. It's the Hearn gravy train, still conning British public 100%. Well, if it's a con, it's a great con at the moment from Eddie Hearn. In the words of Ingram, I guess Bellew is a top 6 heavyweight now after beating an elite heavyweight. Had no business being in the ring. Can't take Macabre Stevenson shots, so definitely going in a round. Those are my thoughts, my friend. Those were my thoughts. And logically, after what I said there, how many people came and said, mate, you're chatting shit. Bellew's going to win this fight by KO. You know, Bellew's going to put David through the ropes. Bellew's going to hurt David. Bellew's going to miss and make David. He's going to take David's best shots. If I got on hit the commentary and I said, you know what, I'll tell you how I see the fight going. Bellew's going to take David's best shots. He's going to hit David back. He's going to stun David Haye. He's going to outwork David Haye. He's going to drop David Haye. Right, he's going to send David Haye through the ropes and he's going to win the fight. If I said that, people would look at me and say, you're chatting bear shit. The fact that I didn't say that, right, and I said the logical things and took it out in a logical way and still got completely just smashed. I mean, humble pie, man, listen, if that is what boxing's about, let me tell you, I'll go and buy humble pie. I'll buy a pie and put humble in it and I will eat it, trust me, because that was exciting. And if that is why I'm going to eat humble pie for, then oh my god, fantastic. That was in my opinion a mouth-watering contest. It was scintillating stuff from Tony Bellew. Look at Tony Bellew. It was a scintillating performance from him. Thoughts of the Thurman win went under the radar because of Haye Bellew. I think I mentioned it a bit earlier on. Hello, just playing. I know you are, my man, but I've got to respond anyway because those people here don't quite understand the banter. Mart's Haye had multiple knockdowns, so would have lost some rounds. 10-8. Mouth in contrast says DJ Slicks. Hi, dude. Yes, Papa Bear. Just joined. Hello, Papa Bear. Papa Bear, where you from? Listen, I keep asking you people where you're from. You keep ignoring me. Where are you from? Another question. I want to ask the question. Why do people hit the dislike button? I want to know. It's not. I don't take it offensively because whether you hit the dislike button or not, the video still gets uploaded. But why do people hit the dislike button? What do they aim to prove by hitting the dislike button? Oh, get more people in the room. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I like AJ's progression. Seems more confident in the big fight environments. Now he looks more relaxed yesterday. Okay. I agree. Great con. Haye versus Bellew wasn't a mismatch. Yeah, it wasn't. I think the only person that said Tony had a chance. I was the only person here. Yeah, give you a shout. Got to give you a shout, mate. You were right. I gave you a shout. You gave Tony a chance. And listen, Jerry Doc and Anonymous. Got it right, man. Got it right. You all got it right, so I can't knock you for that. Some guy called Anonymous 312 back Bellew too. He did. But why do you have to be anonymous? Why can't you just have a name? Hi, everyone. Yeah, shout out to Coolman's Cool. Where you from? Coolman's Cool. I always said that the underdog had a chance. I'm not shocked at all. Whoa, let me go. There's a lot of people in the room. Ingram, do you think Bellew could fight for heavyweight WBA strap? Yes, I do. Bellew counters before he broke his hand were rough. Smash Haye was great to see. Mayweather style with 10%, 10 times the power. Fight of the year over Gale Jack. I think so. Papa Bear from Leicester. Yes. Shout out to Papa Bear from Leicester. Never been to Leicester, but I'm going to give you a shout out. If you tell me where you're from, I'm going to tell you. If you tell me where you're from, I'm going to give you a shout out. Bellew will now fight for big money now. Yep, we know. Coolman's Coolman Cool, Papa Bear, Portugal. So Coolman, are you from Portugal? Coolman's Cool. If you are, give a shout out to Portugal. Everyone dislikes on videos. People satisfaction from it. Yeah, well, I don't understand why. But we got 9 likes and 2 dislikes. Hey, do me a favor. If you're in the room and you're liking this video, hit the like button. And please share it afterwards. I really appreciate it. PJB, dislike, uncool. Guys, this is a good room. We try and make it as good as possible. Give shout out to PJB. Cool comment. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. You know you love the sound effects, really. After last night, I can see Vlad training extra hard for the AJ fight. Father time and inactivity is serious in the heavyweight division. It is. I keep saying this remains to learn, but he says that, you know, I was inactive against the first Areola fight and I came back and whatever. I don't like the idea of Bermain not fighting before he fought Wilder, but there you go. What chance did you give Bellew of eating Joshua's shots like he did at Haye? I don't, but then. Sorry about the English. No problem. Coolman's cool. No problems. The Eggman had a good win. He did. You cool. Thank you very much. I feel a bit sorry for Haye now. Time and injury has caught up for him. And Tony has a big heart. Good to see all the trash talk stop at the end of the. Yeah, it was good as well. I'm not a Bellew fan, but who can hate on his career success? You can't. Papa Bear says, shout out to Rena, please. Oh, man. Rena. We're going to give you a shout out. Rena, this is for you. There you go. That's a big shout out. Ah, man. She really enjoyed last night. First boxing fight watch. Oh, okay. Good to hear. Bellew made the most of his ability he has. Fair play to Tony Bellew. Wilder pummels Stavern into the ground this time, says JD. 3rd division heavyweights times 2 cannon fodder for the big boys. Bellew's like fine wine. Apparently Groves and DeGale had an argument last night on ringside. I felt like uploading it. How convenient. Yeah, well, of course. You're the man. Vinesh Patel. Vinesh, let's give you a shout. Vinesh, where you from, man? Where you from, man? I was thinking of turning vegan, but after last night, I can't wait for my Sunday roast. Hey, listen, I missed the Sunday roast. I'm keeping it real, keep 100% real. I missed the Sunday roast. I used to go down to Wetherspoons and get a leg of lamb, right, with all the gravy on it. For those of you from the UK and maybe from Ireland and have travelled to UK and understand what Wetherspoons is, it's just a chain of bars. And you get your breakfast there, your dinner there, but you don't go dancing in the Wetherspoons. Well, not in the traditional ones. It's like a working class pub. You know, you go in there, you have your booze, cheap food, great place to socialise. And, you know, I get my leg of lamb with loads of gravy in it, and then I get my custard and cake afterwards. When I used to live in Brighton, that was like the weekly, every Sunday, that was it. And don't eat no more. Nando's, I used to love my Nando's as well. No, switch to vegan, and I tell you, much better for the body, absolutely much better, or vegan or vegetarian. Enjoy your live debate. Really good. Thank you very much. Appreciated. Do you think Miami will want Haye back now? There, ha 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 ha. Yeah, good point then. 14 people liking the room, liking it. Hey, yo, you're liking it. Give your shout for that. Thank you for that. Appreciated. Just keep hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Haye has been on steroids. How comes he never signed a provider? People forget that. And all those trips to Germany. Indeed. Birmingham, UK. 2nd city here. Oh, man. Shout out to Birmingham, man. Shout out to Birmingham. Not the one in Alabama. This is Birmingham, UK. Shout also to is it the Bullfrog you got out there? We got a shopping centre. I think it's called the Bullfrog in Birmingham. My greatest memory about Birmingham was going into the Nando's, and at the time chatting up the waitress and tucking into two whole chickens, and at the time, and this is years back, and going into their Nando's, and it was huge. Nando's up, I think it was on the first floor, could be wrong, in the food court. I haven't been in Birmingham for years, but yeah, it was inside there. Shout out to Birmingham. Let's see. The Bull Ring, that's it. Shout out to Portsmouth. Oh, now you're talking business. Portsmouth. Oh, I love Portsmouth. Love Portsmouth. We give you a shout out, definitely. No, I don't know where that came from. Right, Portsmouth. Shout out to Portsmouth. Reason I shout out to Portsmouth very quickly is that I just love getting the bus from Brighton down to Portsmouth. Get that bus and then going to go by the Navy Pier and then going into town. And you got, when this summer, there is no better place than to go down to Portsmouth or South Sea and just travel down South Sea. And of course, when you go to Portsmouth, you can't go to Portsmouth without getting the boat over down to Isle of Wight. So shout out to Portsmouth. Being a fellow Sussex man, going to give you a shout out for that, man. Portsmouth, you are Hampshire, but there's Sussex is not too far away. Haye, I respect to Haye for his humility in his defeat. Yeah. Any idea where Stavern Wilder will fight? Probably in summer, I think, but who knows? Fans are cussing the cake now. Oh, I'd love one, man. I'd love one. Kent. Oh, shout out to Kent. Well, that to Kent. Shout out to Kent. Memories about Kent. Well, did the Frank Bruno Boxing Academy in Kent, and also worked for Kent County Cricket Club, doing a lot of the cricket development for them. Worked for the the district as well with the young players there. Worked in admin in their offices. Worked in the year that Australia came to England and played England the second time round. So I think that was when Strauss was captain. Yep. So shout out to Kent for that. When you try to offer the KO, then you load up. That's always been Haye's problem. Been a while, mate. Nice to see you still doing your thing. Yes, mate. KD. Shout out to KD. Yep. Long time, K. Where you been hiding, man? You abandoned me like that. That's not good. Good for you. AJ should beat Vlad, but maybe it's a lot closer than people think. Heavyweight division lost a great star last night and then gained a new star. Yeah, I think he did. I'm a supporter, but I think he took Peds to compete with the size of the current heavyweight, especially after he lost to Vlad. Does Usyk beat Haye? I don't know. Bull Ring, the Bull Ring. Yeah, I'll call it the Bullfrog. It's the Bull Ring. Yeah, shout out to the Bull Ring. There's a lot of people in this room, so you got to bear with me because there's a lot of you in the room here, and I'm trying my best. Okay, I can't see why Shane didn't see Haye's skills were not in tune during training and pick on them to a degree. It isn't a good look for Shane. I think he let Dave call shots, says Vinny. Jim Will says, Haye knew he couldn't pull out, a Sky wouldn't want him again. The Bull Ring. LOL. PJB. I know, I always call it Bull Ring. I don't know why. It's the Bullfrog. I think AJ retires Vlad by brutal KO. Only one heavyweight champion has one belt past 40 years old. I think you're right, Vinny. Let's see. Don't all UK fights get tested by British Boxing Board of Control? Yes. Haye was a different fighter last night. Lack of fights, Vida tested in Bellew's gob just proves he was on steroids. Great place, Portsmouth indeed. Can you help me say English? Oh, speak English. Yeah, well, I could do. I'm more inclined to help you if you're female. If you're male, and I'm not sure if I'll be more willing to help you if you're English. That's a bit sexist comment there, isn't it? Shouldn't say things like that. I'm joking. No, I'm joking with you. All seriousness, he looked old walking into the ring. His robe looking all over the place. The walk, his stance, too much weight on his legs. He looked the same age as Shannon Briggs. Haye's style doesn't old age, unlike Hopkins, because he relies on athleticism. Shay's overrated as a trainer. Reminds me of Freddie Wright, celebrity trainer. Bang on, Jim. That's why I said he'll always retire 4 years. Oh, I've got too many people in this room shouting out stuff. I've just got to. I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah. Quick note about Haye's footwork. This is a very good point here by Papa Bear. Why didn't he wear proper boxing boots? The way he could have been strapped in and would have been hidden and given more stability. Well, if I were Haye, I would have played all them trainers he wore when he fought Chisora, and it was raining that night, so he had good grip then, and he was able to KO Chisora. Work this out. This David Haye chin Chisora, but couldn't chin Bellew. Still makes no sense whatsoever. You've been around. You really been around, mate. You also been staying in the Caribbean. Well, we get around a bit. We like to travel a bit. So yeah, that's true. I think Shane's a good trainer, but not a great coach in the corner. He does not seem to react quickly enough to what happens in a fight or see things to change his fights round by round. I know, but Shane's a young trainer, you know. I wonder why Adam Booth isn't with Haye anymore. Good question. It's 46 degrees in Portugal. Wow. Mike Allen's happy for Caldwell. Shane and Haye deserved it for down talking Caldwell. Ortiz can beat AJ. I'm going to try and slip through some of these comments. Ortiz is 44, please. Mate, go do the research, man. Tell you, go and do your research. People, well, not me, who's in the business, doing the research, and then you behind a keyboard. Go and do the research. There are certain things I can't speak on, but I'm telling you, he's older than 37. Do the research. I mean, what are you doing based on what Eddie Hearn tells you? Find out why. I'm not saying anything because you all know better than me. Find out why, the real reason why Luis Ortiz broke off from Golden Boy and why Eddie Hearn only has him on a fight to fight basis contract. Find out these things. 100%. The boxing boots I saw in the way he had the same ones. Haye needed real boxing boots. AJ has glass chin, stiff, little head movement, too muscular, probably gases. Haye should used kinesiology tape to keep stability, Achilles tendon stability, and proper boots. Papa Bear, you would have thought the corner would have been prepared, not trainers. He wore trainers when he fought Chisora, remember? Haye wasn't allowed no tape to be used. I leave. See you in the next stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. When you hit the subscribe button, you'll know when the next live stream is. All right. That's why Zakilleri went. What a knob. Haye was using £1 shot basic tape. Oh my god. No, don't listen. Shane McGuigan's a young trainer. He's a young trainer. It's when people like Joe Gallagher miss it, and they're experienced and seen a lot of fights. When they miss it, Haye's a young McGuigan's a young trainer. No excuse, he's a young trainer. So you expect him to see through older eyes that he's a young trainer. So you can't buy experience. You've got to learn on the job, and he'll learn from this fight. The whole heavyweight division is a big question mark. AJ, Wilder, Ortiz, Parker, Huey, all unproven. Haye shot to bits. Tyson gone. I'm a physio, and that tape was masking tape. Shane used, and it was an embarrassment. Oh, that deserves one of these. Your physio, and the masking tape he used was an embarrassment, Shane McGuigan. Fury's coming back from what I've heard. Well, from what I've heard, Fury's been in the gym training. Yes, he has been in gym training. But those photographs didn't look very clever, did they? I think he's got to get through the drugs, the UCAD hearing first. And that may be interesting in itself. Ortiz was getting caught by Dave Allen at times, a domestic level opponent. I thought I saw Haye in the pound shop. Mike, Fury's on the kebab crawl around Fleetwood and Morecambe Bay. Yes, I know it's the masking tape. LOL. Right. So, for those people in the room at the moment, please, I really advise you to check out. I did some videos recently in Sheffield there's a few things I want you to check out. Check out the video of us of our visit to Sheffield Boxing Centre. You get to see, we've got a lot of history. If you're a big fight fan, you get a lot of history about Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, Duran, Jake LaMotta, a lot of fighters who had visited the gym and met Glenn Rhodes, MBE. Check out Sam Sheedy, his fight's coming up and for the Commonwealth title, middleweight Commonwealth title. So really sorry for Haye. I wish I could help him. Did anyone watch Molina versus Joshua? Molina just managed to land jabs on his face. What is Klitsch going to do? Bye-bye, Haye. No more Haymaker, SpongeBob, Sideshow Bob. Yeah, AJ is still a work in progress. LOL. Haye was unified cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion. So now what happens for David Haye? No more big money fights for David Haye? I mean, you kind of wonder about his finances, whether Joe Fournier is going to stay his mate. I want to know now how many good mates are going to stay with David Haye. That's what I want to know. How many mates, how many people are going to hang around David Haye after this? That's going to be a key point here. Didn't like the way AJ, Chisora, and the crew gang up on Haye. Well, I think they've got affiliations to match him. So, I don't know. McGuigan ran out the pound world to buy Haye tape. Lenny Barker, we need a rematch to decide this one. After Haye got injured, Bellew should have knocked Haye out. If he went the distance without Haye injured, Bellew would have lost. Jim Wilson, we can see the changing of the old guard. Chakayev done, Haye seemingly done, Klitschko beaten by Fury. Want AJ to get sparked, says Papa Bear. Shane said he would bet his house that they would. Shane said he would bet his house that they would throw the towel in. Tony getting a new pad in Ireland. Dear me. I didn't know Haye broke up with his missus. Yeah, he did. Bellew beats Fury. Oh, come on. Wonder if Haye White could happen. Danny Garcia said he would grow a ponytail if he ever lost to a boy like Thurman. Well, he did. I think White would beat Haye now. Sorry, but Tony would not even win a round against Fury. No, I don't think so. Talk about size difference and everything there. But you know what? Let me not say nothing. Bellew was VADA tested, but Haye, for some reason, wasn't odd. Oh, I don't know what to think now, people. I really don't. I really don't. Right. So you saw the commentary. Right. Any more suggestions for the channel? We are, like I said, Bayloric Worldwide Television is in a transition period. So please bear with us. I said it since last year. Last year, when did I say this? Last year, December, when I closed off the Bayloric TV boxing channel. We're in a transition period. I only covered, to be fair, I only cover the big fights. We only cover the big fights and specific fights. So we're not your run-of-the-mill boxing channel. We'll cover the big fights, and if there's any big news, we'll cover. Love the channel. Thank you very much. Just what everyone will say, but look at his last 3 fights. This is boxing. Hughie Fury could beat Bellew. Skills pays the bills. I think Bellew versus Hughie Fury is a good fight. But don't forget to please hit the subscribe button. We need subscribers. We want to try and any ideas how we improve our subscribers? We seem to be stuck on 7,000 subscribers at the moment. Don't ask me why, but we are. But then I think YouTube's kind of messed up anyway, because it doesn't admit or it doesn't show you all your subscriptions at the time. It's very odd. So yeah, I think that's about it. I've got nothing else to waffle on about. Spoke about the fights, talk about Garcia Thurman. Anything else I should talk about before I disappear? I've got a lot of people in the room, but I'm going to be disappearing soon anyway. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Share it on your social media. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it across your Twitter page. Share the videos. My theory in Bellew taking Haye's shots. I think the injury was always there in Haye, preventing him from using full power, and the injury properly ruptured in round 6. Thoughts, Ingram. That's exactly what I'm thinking there, Jim Wilson. Haye came into the fight with an injury and thought he could blow Tony Bellew out with the injury. That's what I think. So don't be surprised if someone pops. Don't be surprised if someone pops for drugs in the post-fight. Wow. That'd be something. That'd be something. That'd be something. Possibly Jim. Haye was erratic and Wimbledon versus Jar Jar. Jar Jar? Yeah, good. The worm. Right. Okay, I'm out of here. I don't think I've got much more to say to everyone. Thank you all for watching. Again, appreciate you. Love you all. And I think all I can say is I'll see you again either for a big fight news, or at the fights. Thank you all so much for watching for Bellew TV. If we've got another big announcement, we'll bring it to you. Just bear with us as we are going through a transition period at the moment, moving from Bellew White to something bigger, something better. All right. So thank you all so much. I appreciate the love and the support. And check out our videos and check out our playlist. When you go and look at the end of videos, check at the end of videos. There's a little circle. Click that circle. That's for you to subscribe to the channel. Check out the end of video cards. We've got lots of end of video cards. End of videos, you've got lots of cards there. And if you just want specifically to watch boxing on this channel, subscribe to our playlist, boxing news and interviews. So then you get all the news. Spencer on said Lennox Lewis told him that Lewis Ortiz used to spy him back in the early 2000s. Ortiz is older than Briggs. I keep telling people that, but they don't listen. They all know better than I do. But fine, fair enough. Mark my words, Ortiz will get found out. Just like, hey, Ortiz could be 46, 47. I know. I keep trying to tell people that, but they're not listening. So keep listening to others. Eddie Hearn, much respect to you tonight, bro, because you pulled out that one out of the bag. I tell you now, because that was Bellew could have got seriously hurt in there. Dave Colwell, so masterstroke by Eddie Hearn. Dave Colwell did the business tonight. Can't knock you for that. Like I said before, everyone jumped on Dave Colwell. But I'll say this much: if Dave Colwell won all the fights coming up to the David Haye fight, he'd have been a master trainer now, trainer of the year. So great showing, and thank you very much. Lewis will too. Heard is a Joey. Ortiz looks like Lewis, Lawrence Fishburne. Right. Thank you all for watching. I am out of here, Lawrence Fishburne. I am out of here. I'm going to finish off my pasta. Take care. Love you all. Lots of love. We're out. It's a wrap.